Okay, so basically I've just done a really quick outline of where I'm going to put the golden Freddy mask over my face. Now I'm just going to fill in most of the areas except for this open mouth bit and the eye bits with yellow, and I'm using a cream paint. Now golden Freddy is probably golden and not yellow, but for the moment I'll just put a yellow base and we can shade in browns and stuff to make it look more golden later. I'm going to take a grey and outline the nose and the bow tie. So I'm using grey so that we can shade with black. Try not to follow the lines of your face. Try to step back and just look and try and make it straight in a mirror and not straight on your face, because your nose will be curved, and when you step back, if you do a straight line on your nose, it will look curved in a mirror. And we are trying to ignore the fact that we have noses. Who needs noses? No one does. Now I'm going to take some brown and stipple on that texture as well, so it can be nice and goldenish. And also we'll be using this to do a little bit of shading. Not too much because we haven't set it with powder yet. I'll probably do more shading after it's been set. Okay, now I've done a bit of shading, we're going to add in the golden Freddy teeth. So I've got a small brush and the white paint, and going to follow. It's got 6 teeth on the top and 6 teeth or 8 teeth on the bottom. So I'm just going to follow this picture again, and one almost right. Got like a really big gap tooth on the front. It's quite interesting. So one goes here. Okay, so now that I've got the teeth and everything on, I'm just going to go set it with some powder so it doesn't move everywhere, because unfortunately, while cream paints really blend really well forever, they don't set. Now it's set, we're going to shade it with some eyeshadows. I'm going to use my 180 palette of eyeshadows, which I think was a pretty good deal. I got it and a bunch of brushes for about $35, as well as a bunch of eyeliners and lip liners, and they're not the best quality, but still, they get the job done. Anyway, now we're going to probably be using some browns and stuff to shade where the mask would shade on the Purple Man's body, and yeah, and not all these shadows are matte, and I don't really want to bother finding all of them, all the right shades in matte shades, so I might just be a bit sparkly, and you know what, who cares? You can be a bit sparkly if you want. Do you know what I really like? The makeup is so thick that it's just covering this forehead wrinkle that I've developed, because apparently I make this expression a lot, or this expression a lot, and I've developed this really deep forehead wrinkle, and apart from the forehead wrinkle, I look 12, so this area of my face is going to be 80, and the rest will be 12, and I'll just confuse all the bouncers at nightclubs. And anyway, back onto the makeup. So firstly, I think I'm going to shade my nose. I would also, with black, I'd also shade my bow tie, but I'm gonna leave my chest till last because it's annoying. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna take what I think is a matte black, it might be sparkly, and we're going to want to try and create like a box shape with like smaller in the front and like defined lines, because it's not like just a round nose, it's like a rectangular prism. So put some lines on it first and we're done. No. Just draw, not really a rectangular prism, what's it, what are these called? Oh, see what I mean with the following a straight line in your nose and it ends up being curved. Amateur. Well, I am an amateur. Okay, now that I've got black, I'm going to start shading some shadows. But I might not always use black, I might use grey or dark browns. Just don't go too ham with the black, okay? So I think I'll start off with a brown, and I'm using the same brush that had black on it, so it should be pretty dark anyway. So this is the top part of Freddy's face and this is his jaw. So there should be a pretty dark shadow. Well, if you're thinking about the light source being like here, then the shadows will be this side and the highlights will be this side. You know what I forgot? I forgot the eyebrows. Eyebrows are hard. And another thing I forgot that also uses black is the three kind of whisker things on Freddy's face. So they're just a triangle and the sketch didn't really help, so I'm just going to put one here and one here. We'll do say the teeth, and we definitely don't want to use black for this. I'll use that black later. Now we could use like a lighty yellowy kind of brown. So actually I might set them first because they're a bit loose. So I'll set them with some white. So now we're going to shade these bits. So we're going to pretend that the mask is over the top, so we can be pretty heavy-handed in the shading, and I'm going to pretend the light source is just here. So here will be dark, here will be light, it'll be very dark, dark all under here and at the edges. So that's what I'm going to do. So very dark here. I'm going to bring that down. And we'll add some black. Now you can stop here and put on your golden Freddy ears and a top hat, or you could literally make it, whoops, you could literally make it the Purple Man and colour in these bits, this bits, this bits, and some strips here. They could be purple. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to take these off because this hat will fall off very easily. Need to sit up straight. Should tell me that. So basically anywhere we shaded before with like browns and blacks on our Purple Man skin, we'll now shade with dark purple. I forgot to outline my Purple Man eyes and smile, so that's what I'm doing now. Just watch. Okay, so basically I filled in these areas purple. Now I'm going to fill in this eye black except for a little spot, and then I'm going to put a white dot in each of those for the Purple Man's glowing pupils. And then I'm also going to add teeth to this white smile. So this is the final look. I haven't set my eyes or my mouth, so this is going to transfer really easily. Anyway. Oh no, it happened. I looked up. No, I looked up